Hello guys, welcome to my this video, and in this Angular tutorial I will discuss about directive. So guys, directive is the very important thing in Angular, and guys here there is the benefit. So first of all you have to be know what is directive and why we use directive. So guys, first of all we directive is used for manipulating the DOM. So guys, now you are thinking we also use view child for manipulating DOM. So why we will use directive? So guys, there is the benefit. So that I will show you first of all what is the benefit of directive, and then also how you can use directive. So guys, first of all here you can see I have opened app component.html file. So here just I will write a deep class container. So container is not a part of this directive, and guys now here I will write h2 tag, and first of all h2 tag here I will write hello, and now just same h2 tag I will copy here, and just here I will change the content, that is my channel name. Okay, and now guys, suppose the scenario is this h2 tag you have to be change the color, that is red, and also this h2 tag here you have to be change the color, that is red. So guys, here you can see the same thing. Here we have to be change the color red, and also here we have to be change the color red. And now guys, you are thinking you will use view child. So how we can use view child? So just here we have to be write the template defines variable and the variable name. So variable name suppose a, and the here also we have to be change the DOM, that is color red. So here you have to be write also a template defines variable. So now you are thinking same thing we have to be changed. So here we will write the view template defines variable is same a, but we should not write like this, because template defines variable always be unique. It's the same like id, and we know id is always be unique. So the template defines variable always be unique. So if you use a, so we cannot use same template defines variable in a same page. So here just you have to be change the template defines variable name, that is if you write a, so here the defined name. Suppose if I write b. So now guys, when we will use view child and we will change the DOM based on this template defines variable, so here template defines variable name is unique for the each time. So now guys, we have to be write the view child syntax for two times, because template defines variable is unique and there is the two template defines variable. So two times we have to be write view child in our ts file. Okay, but guys, that is the benefit of directive. That is, if we create a directive, and if I suppose here we have to be change the same thing color red, so just here we will call the directive, and here also we call the same directive, and it will be the change the same DOM property. So that is the benefit of directive. So now guys, here also how you can create directive and how to use. So now guys, we have to be generate a directive. You can generate directive like two way. Just you can do the manually, or you can use the command prompt. We mostly use command prompt when we use Angular, because it's a very easy. Just we write the command and it's automatically generate. So now guys, I will show you how you can do that using command prompt. So I will open the terminal and new terminal, because in this terminal I will write the command for generating directive. So the command is ng-gd. D is for directive and G is the short form of generate. Here you can write GENERATE, full form generate, and here you can write also directive like this way. But if you write only D, so that will be denotes the directive, so we don't need to write the full form directive. And now the directive name, so I will write the directive name is demo, but here you can write any name of this directive what you need. So I will write the directive name is demo, and now just you have to be press enter. So now guys, I will press enter. Okay, so just here I will cut the video because it will take time to generate. So after pressing enter, your directive will be generated. So now I will press enter. Okay, so guys, my directive is already created. So I will open this one, and here if I scroll, so I will find, here you can see the demo directive. This is the one file demo, the spec file for testing purpose, and this one is the directive. So I will open this demo directive which I have generated. So after when you generate the directive, so you will find the structure, it's already written. So here you can see this is directive. So import directive from Angular core, and here is the selector name app demo, because I had the written the directive name is demo, so that is app demo. Suppose if you had the written the directive name is anything example, so here you will find the directive name is like example instead of demo. So here you can change the selector name as per your choice. After generating directive you can modify the selector name, that is depend on you fully. And now guys, here you can see the demo directive it's generated. So this demo directive class name you can also modify as per your choice. And guys, here after generating this directive, it's automatically imported in your app module.ts file. If I open app module.ts file, so here you can see the directive is automatically generated. You can see the demo directive. Suppose guys, if you modify the demo directive class name here, suppose if you write instead of demo directive, suppose if you write example, okay, so when you change the name, so just you have to be changed here also. You can, and here it's in the declaration array, it's automatically it's imported. So here all you have to be changed the directive name example. You can modify, just I'm showing because for giving you the deep knowledge, okay. So you can modify like this way, but I will not modify because I don't need that. And guys, here I will change the same thing directive. And guys, here the selector name you can change also. Suppose you can change the selector name is that is example, okay. So what is the use of selector name? So I will just close this one because I don't need that. And suppose if you change the selector name is example, so guys, actually here whatever functionality you will write, so that functionality will be work when you call the directive. So guys, how you can call? Just selector name you have to be called. So I will copy this example selector name, and just inside this h2 tag I will call the selector name of this directive. So now I call the same selector name in the this 2h2 file. So now whatever I will write functionality in the directive, so that functionality will be affected in the this h2 tag and this h2 tag, okay, because I call this directive in the here and here also. So now you can change that selector name also as per your choice, but here I will not change the selector name, just I will keep it app demo. And here, so I will pass app demo this thing. And now guys, I will also remove the comment line because I don't need that. And now here I will show you how you can change element, I mean DOM property using directive. So now here just you have to import the another thing, that is element rep. So element rep is the very important thing. It's not a you can use only directive. This is actually provide Angular for manipulating DOM. Element rep means guys, what is element? Element actually this h2 tag, this deep class container, this h2 tag, this call element. So element ref is short form of reference, okay. So that means if you Angular provides this element ref, that means suppose you have call, I mean like here I have called this app demo selector, I mean this directive in this h2 tag and this h2 tag. So that means this is our element now, and this element ref. So now I will get the element ref of this and this, because here and here I call our directive name. So how we can get the element? So using this element ref. So now here in the constructor, just here you have to be write private, and you have to be write a variable, because this element ref we cannot use directly. So here we have to be set any variable, that is el. You can write a variable name as per your choice, and this variable instances, this is element ref, and this one is done. So now I call this directive name here, and now I have set the element ref. So that means guys, I'm getting the element ref, or I mean element where we call our directive. So that means here in this 2h2 tag. And now guys, here just in the constructor, so first of all I will show how you can change the color red. So constructor is called before ng on init. So now you have to be understand when ng on init call. Ng on init call when your page is created. Suppose the app component is running. So first of all, this code line of code will be executed. After that this one, after that this one. So after called all the line, I mean after executed all the lines of this code whatever you have written, so that after that ng on it call. So that means actually we can say at the time to page load, and before ng on it constructor is called, so that means it's the same like called time to page load. So now here inside this constructor, that means when the page will be load, so that time I will write the functionality. So here functionality means code, line of code. So just here this dot el, so el is the variable, and this is now variable I'm accessing here inside this constructor method. So that means here we have to use this keyword. So this dot el dot, here you have to be pass native element. So this is the syntax for getting a element. So native element, now dot style, now same thing dot style, how we write dot style dot color, like same how we write in JavaScript, like style dot color, style dot display. So same thing you have to be write style dot color and the color name. So color name here I will write red. So here you have to be just two things you have to be remember, that is you have to be import element def when you will use the directive. So element def I have imported, and now here you have to be create the variable for referencing this element def. So el is the variable, and now this dot el dot native element. So guys, native element is the syntax when we use element ref, so that time we are to use native element. So the variable of element ref here which I written, that is this dot lel dot native element, then style dot color, I mean after that how you write in JavaScript. So that the same thing you can write, like if you want to display, so you can write instead of color display, and then blog in display none, you can write same like JavaScript, but here you have to be like this way. And the mandatory, that is you have to be call element def, and the same thing how I have written, but here you can pass another method like host host listener, host binding, you can do that, but element def is must. If you don't use element def, so it cannot knows which element you want to get. Like here I want to get this h2 and this h2 tag, so that's element I'm getting by this element def. So I hope you have understand, and now just I will save and just I will show you. Here you can see it's showing the red color both of this content, because both of this h2 tag just I have passed the selector app demo of this directive, so that's why I'm getting the red color of this two content. So if you use the using a view child, so here you have to write, that is two unique template defined variable, and two times you have to write the view child. But here you can see it's very easy, just here I pass this one, and where I need I can call this app demo, so there it will be add this red color. So it's a very simple and very useful thing. So hope guys you have understand, and if you find this video is helpful, so please subscribe and press the notification bell icon to get more update in Angular.